I said him and then me. Now I'm talking about the same person. It's crazy. Anyway, I was trying to make it third person, but now it's all good though. But yeah,
said the cat's out of the bag. So
yeah, the
who
cat's
is
out of the bag.
Ono Jones?
So Ono Jones is. Hey, what's up, man? It's the College Dropout, man. You watching Blankskriptz Filmz TV, man? Know what I'm talking about? Hey, add that, follow that, subscribe that, all that. FL Southern Florida in the house. You know what I'm talking about? Crazy out there. What you want to ask me, man? You know what I'm talking about? And pulled up to you today. You feel me? FL Southern Florida in the house. You know what I'm talking about? It's crazy out there.
You already know what I want to talk about.
What's up, man? What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Pink Japan.
Pink Japan, man. Pink Japan is a clothing line, man. You know, they sponsor me. It's a clothing line, you know, created by Ono Jones. You know what I mean? It's up there in the realm of like Nego with Bape. You know, it's Japanese streetwear. Pink Japan. You know what I mean? He took off. It started as a different company. It was Wingdings at first, and then the name just didn't catch on. So, you know, he turned it into Pink Japan, and he said that name was just more universal. You know what I mean? So nobody really got any qualms with that name. Like, you know what I mean? One time he said he went to the bank and like the guy was in there like Wingdings, is that a chicken wing restaurant? You know what I'm saying? He's like, hell no, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's going strong. We pulling up them followers, getting them up. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all check out that website, man. pinkjapan.us. But yeah, shout out my boy Ono Jones, man. Yeah.
All right. So, as far as the creative industry, what do you think has inspired you the most?
As far as the creative industry, I think individuality. You know what I mean? I'm a person that when I go into the stores, as far as let's go with fashion at first. As far as fashion, like when I go in the stores, a lot of times it's like they'll have a graphic T-shirt, something as simple as that, but they'll ruin it by putting like a slogan on it or words. And to me, I feel like that dates it. You know what I mean? So like I like the expression, so to speak, let the art speak for itself, or a picture is worth 1,000 words. So that's what I like. I like to just go in there and come up with my own hypothesis or inspiration, or use my own imagination to think about like, why did they come up with this image on this shirt? Like what inspires me from this image, or what do I take from this image? I feel like when you put words on something, you're defining it for that person or that demographic of people, and it no longer creates a statement of its own. Like you're telling the person what to think in wearing this item of clothing. And going back to what I said, you know, it kind of dates it. So if it came out last season and it's got a slogan on it that we say, like what people say now, motion. So if it had motion on it or it had swag on it, you know, we know it's dated. We know it's from 2014, 2015. You know what I'm saying?
Which artist inspired you the most?
As far as artists, I can't even give it up to one person. If it was one person, I'd probably say Michael Jackson.
Let's go top 5.
Top 5, okay. Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Pharrell Williams, and I'll give Tyler, the Creator. I give him honorable mention, man. He number 5, but he, you know what I mean? That's no particular order. But specifically, as far as like fashion and clothes go, the person that inspires me the most is definitely Nego. That's Bathing Ape. I always had like this affinity for apes, and you know, like him being Bape, and then me finding out when I started doing my research, when I started fashion, I found out that you know, he was inspired by the Planet of the Apes that came out in 1968, Charles Heston. That movie came out, and he was inspired by that, and that's what his original logo was kind of grafted off of. So I would say Nego, hands down, is probably my biggest inspiration, but he doesn't even own that company anymore. Now he has Human Made. So he's doing Human Made. Now y'all go to that, humanmade.com. humanmade.jp for Japan. But yeah, Nego's definitely, as far as like inspiration goes, he's one of the first urban Japanese streetwear to kind of like to combine like not only his own original designs, but also get into like the pop art aesthetic. So you got like SpongeBob, you know what I mean, The Simpsons, things like that. And also Cause really doesn't do fashion. He's kind of just an artist. But he was another big one that does a lot of like pop art and stuff like that. So he would be definitely, those two are like neck and neck for me. Like Cause and Nego are the biggest inspirations as far as like the art and what I'm trying to do.
When did you first find out about Nego?
I first found out about Nego before I even knew who Nego was. I used to Soulja Boy. My brother Maurice, he used to always he was obsessed with Soulja Boy at a point in his life, And that bathing ape song, I got me some bathing apes.
I got me some bathing apes.
I thought it was like, you know, when I heard bathing ape, I think of a monkey taking a bath. So that's the first time I heard of it, and it didn't have any significance to me. And I remember we used to go to the bus stop when we were in high school, and there was a guy named Steve, but he had like every pair of like knockoff bathing apes they had with the star and the lightning bolt. So that's the first time I heard of it. I didn't even know who Nego was. I learned about Nego probably like 2016, 2017 is when I started really doing my research and due diligence, and it was like, okay, I want to get into the fashion industry, so like I need to find what I like and then find those people that will give me that blueprint to not necessarily do it how they did it, but like a jump start, or like a starting position to be like, okay, he started like this. Like for example, Nego started actually he gave away all his clothes, and I kind of started that same way, just off of like happenstance of being like, man, my clothes aren't moving, but I want to get my name out there. So when I had Wingdings originally, I ended up you know, just kind of branching off of that and just giving away clothes more so than, you know, actually trying to sell clothes in the beginning. I was trying to make it third person, but now it's all good though. But yeah,
said the cat's out of the bag. So
yeah, the
who
cat's
is
out of the
Ono
bag.
Jones?
So Ono Jones is me. Ono Jones is the omnipotent one. But you know, I like to take that Prince approach. Like, you know, it's like indirect. It's like when you watch that movie Blank Check when we was kids, like in the 90s. I don't know how old you are, but like whenever we watched Blank Check, like Macintosh was the name of the computer, but like Macintosh wasn't a real person. So Ono Jones was like that moniker I chose, where like the name comes from omnipotent, which means unlimited. I can't even say it, unlimited authority and influence. And it's just over anything. Like if you have omnipotence, like you're basically above everything, and like everything around you could be in your control if you're omnipotent. You know what I mean? Like your power reigns, you know, through and through. So that's where the name Ono came from. And Jones is like an homage to like Chuck Jones. It's an homage to the Joneses. When people say they're keeping up with the Joneses, I said Jones because I'm like, I am the Joneses. I'm not trying to keep up with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to catch up to me. So when people ask me that, where the Jones come from, it sounds like a household name. I'm like, it is. You know, everybody been talking about the Joneses since the beginning of the time. So, you know, I'm just falling in line. It's a big little production. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, man, yeah, that's where the name Ono Jones came from, and it just stuck, man. And the thing about Ono was like, I could do it backwards and forwards, you know what I'm saying, as far as signature. And my signature had to like, I like my signature got to look right, and it's got to be like prominent. And I just, the way it looked on paper, I think that's the biggest thing. Shout out to all the creatives out there, man. If you want to do anything, like make sure your name is right and make sure it's right the first time. Because like when I had to switch over my clothing line, you know, that was one of the, I won't say the most difficult things, but it's one of the most tedious things when people know you as this, and then you kind of always get that, oh, I thought it was Wingdings. What happened to that? What happened to that? So it's kind of like we merged it to this now. It's the same as Kanye being Ye. Like Wingdings is Pink Japan now. You know what I'm saying? Same good music, but just different name. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
So what advice would you give to younger creators out there who are going into the same industry, or just artists in general who are up and coming and they may be facing adversities or don't know which way to go with their mediums?
Man, I would say don't stop. The biggest thing that I hear, man, I heard Hit Boy say this in an interview, man. Shout out to Hit Boy. I heard Hit Boy say in an interview, he was saying that one of his homeboys had told him, man, the only way we gonna fail is if we don't stop. And even, you know, before hearing that, I was already on that. Like, honestly, I've been doing like fashion, art, clothing line, trying to do the whole thing, failing numerous times. I've been trying to do it for like going on 7 years, man. So it's like the biggest thing is don't stop. And don't run from it. Whatever your purpose is, don't run from it, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna end up running back to that thing. You know, I started drawing in 4th grade with a guy named Carl Moore. Shout out to Carl, man. He showed me how to draw. You know, we was drawing Dragon Ball Z, Captain Underpants, and all that. And like, look at me now. You know, we go 30 years later, not even 30 years later, like 24, 25 years later, I'm back doing the art. I'm back drawing again. So my biggest, like, I guess, so to be called, like, the inspiration that I could give someone, I don't like to say advice, but the inspiration I could give someone, or the words of wisdom would be, don't stop, man. Whatever your thing is, eventually you're gonna break through the wall. Eventually you're gonna build the wall, or you're gonna have to just break through it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're trying to do. Because that's the biggest thing. When people lack consistency, people get, you know, they get in their own way and they get stagnant. You know what I mean? So you just gotta have that perseverance to just keep going and don't stop. Like, eventually you'll reach whatever height you're trying to get to. You know what I mean? If you don't stop. And if you do stop, then, you know, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself, right?
All right, I have one more question. So,
absolutely.
Because you are an artist and a creative and everything, when you do go outside of wearing your own clothing line, like today's outfit, what inspired you?
Today, you know, like I said when I started, you know, college dropout, man, you know what I'm saying? We ain't Ivy League, but we in the league. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just because I'm not on the field with y'all don't mean I'm not a part of the team. I feel like the people in the stands are just as important as the people on the field. You know what I mean? Because remember during COVID, we had all these virtual games and like just the energy wasn't there. The passion wasn't there because, you know, everybody needs everybody. Each one teach one. So the biggest thing I'll say is like me putting my aesthetic together is like, I wear what makes me comfortable, and this hat is from Undone, directed by Sergio, man. Shout out to Chucky. You know, and just supporting other people coming up with different designs. It's not always just about yourself. You know, bring somebody with you. So, you know, that's another thing with the aesthetic and the outfit that I got on today is like, you know, the people I'm inspired by or the things I'm inspired by help me like, you know, stimulate my aesthetic. But man, don't forget, man, pinkjapan.us, man. That's where y'all go to get all the merch. You know what I'm talking about?
All right. So if you was to say your top 4 pieces of merchandise and just showcasing them to your left and to your right, go ahead and explain those.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. We got the dad hats off top. You know what I'm talking about? Dad hats is the best thing I got going. I rock dad hats all the time. Like I said, this is Sergio's, but dad hats are my definite go-to. Hoodie, because all the girls like hoodies. Really, I'm really making clothes for girls to steal and wear when they come to my house. That's really what I'm doing this for. You know what I'm talking about? So we got the hoodies, you know what I'm saying? We got the dad hats, and then we also got the graphic tees. I work hard on those, man. Go cop them graphic tees. Those are the biggest things. And if you cheap, right here in the middle, he gonna put, man, the stickers. Just get the stickers, man. Stickers is the cheapest thing on the website, and you also help and move traffic, advertisement, you know what I'm saying? Go run up my visits, do all that, you know what I mean?